This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
We begin tonight with a weather alert. It's been raining all day and will continue most of the night. Tonight's Garden Glow at the Missouri Botanical Garden has been canceled. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
I'm Kelly Jackson, and Allred has the night off. People are starting to head in and out of town for Thanksgiving. Let's go right to Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell. What's the latest, Scott?
Well, we do have the rain that's spread over the entire area here, at least the majority of the area, certainly in the metro, during the last few hours or so. This is a live look down in Arnold right now, Highway 141 and Interstate 55, and you can see traffic is rolling along there, but it's definitely slower. And we've had quite a few accidents across the area this evening. When you take this rain, spread it in over areas where we haven't seen rain for the last 3 weeks, those roads have a lot of oil and grease that have built up, and that, as a consequence, creates some slick spots. So this will continue until you really get a good washing out of the roads, and that's in the process now happening around the metro area. We go in a little closer here to North St. Louis County along 270 here. As you work your way from the Chain of Rocks Bridge all the way back towards Bridgeton, we are looking at some of that heavier rain sliding through St. Louis across the Poplar Street Bridge and heading into the Metro East. Some more heavier rain there. Also out into St. Charles County along 70. We're going to be looking at this for the next couple of hours. Once it does let up later on this evening, and of course after we've seen a good hour or two of the heavier rain, that'll tend to wash that oil and grease off the roads. But that's why we're in a weather alert this evening, for that slickness on the roads because of the rain tonight, Kelly.
All right, Scott, and you can get the Weather First forecast sent right to your phone anytime. Text the word weather to 314-425-5355.
Right now, a 72-year-old woman is in critical condition after an accused drunk driver slammed into her. The crash was so severe, doctors had to amputate one of the woman's legs. 5 on your side's Justina Coronel is live outside Barnes Jewish Hospital, where the woman is still recovering. Justina.
Yeah, Marcella Wilson had surgery on her right leg after having surgery this morning. And on Saturday, she had her left leg amputated after getting pinned between two cars. Now, her daughter tells me that she wants justice for her mom.
My mother's Marcella Wilson, 72 years old, 72 years young, should I say. She is a ball of fire. She is our circle. She is the part, and she's the biggest part of all her family.
Family means everything to Artricia Wilson, and their support right now is carrying them through these moments.
Our life, it changed at 5:55 p.m. Things will never be the same.
Wilson's mom, Marcella, was standing near her car Saturday evening on Barron Drive in North St. Louis County.
We were taking stuff in the house. She had her trunk up. She was getting stuff out of her trunk. Plus, she had her hazardous lights on. On Saturday, the 18th, 2023, my mother was viciously mangled by another car.
Police say 33-year-old Otis Goff slammed into Marcella Wilson. He's charged with DWI, leaving the scene of an accident and driving with a revoked license.
That person hit her and left. It was going so fast, it was like two cars crashing, bow! And we came running out the house. It was a horrible sight.
Goff is also charged with endangering the welfare of a child because police say after the crash, the suspect's child got out of the car and Goff left the child behind.
I don't know where the child went. My son said the child ran around the corner. I don't know. It was just we were trying to take care of our mom.
Then police say Goff continued driving to his home about 10 minutes away. When he got there, neighbors say another child who was in the car got out and Goff began chasing them. When police arrived, they say Goff was drunk and the car had a broken windshield and blood on the front. Artricia Wilson admits this crash changed the course of their life.
As a family, we pray together, we're gonna stay together. She's gonna fight, but it's not over yet because now we need to get justice for our mama.
Now, we did some digging and found Goff was charged with another DWI in 2021, and he has several orders of protection as recent as of this summer. Now, right now, Goff is in jail being held on a $350,000 cash bond. He does have a bond reduction hearing on Monday. Reporting live, Justina Coronel, 5 on your side.
We have an update tonight to an officer-involved shooting in Illinois. Police in Carlinville say they shot a man after a traffic stop in a hospital parking lot. Carlinville is about 65 miles north of St. Louis in Macoupin County. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer spent the day there. She is in studio with us with more information. Diamond.
Yeah, Kelly, police say when they pulled over the suspect, he pointed a gun at an officer. That's when the officer opened fire, leaving the suspect with life-threatening injuries.
The Carlinville Police Department says Sunday night around 5:45, their license plate reading system told them a potentially armed and dangerous man was driving into the town of 5,600 people. Officers pulled him over in the parking lot of the Carlinville Area Hospital. They say the man pointed a gun at police, and that's when an officer shot the suspect. He was taken to an area hospital with life-threatening injuries, and the officer was not hurt. Carlinville residents I talked to Monday in the area did not want to go on camera, but said something like this is rare. Meanwhile, the hospital went on lockdown during the incident. No staff members or patients were involved. In a statement released Monday, the hospital stated in part, "Most importantly, we are thankful that our staff and patients remained safe during this incident." The hospital team performed very well through the challenging circumstances both during and after the incident. We are grateful to the officer and Carlinville Police Department for their ongoing efforts to provide protection to the CAH&C team and its patients.
Now, the Carlinville Police Department has asked the Illinois State Police to help with this investigation. They say the case is open and ongoing, and they will not release the suspect's name or currently condition to, quote, maintain the integrity of this investigation.
Diamond, thanks. 10 inmates have died at the St. Louis City Justice Center since 2020, prompting cries for transparency and accountability. Now some long-awaited changes could finally be coming. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, combed through hundreds of pages of a new proposal that sits right now on Mayor Tashara Jones's desk. Mark.
Mike, if you ask the watchdogs charged with investigating allegations of abuse at the city jail, they'll tell you oversight is long overdue. They've seen too many casualties pile up during their long uphill battle fighting for transparency. Behind these walls, 10 inmates have died in 3 years, 7 of them since Mayor Tashara Jones appointed Jennifer Clemens Abdullah as director.
Oversight is necessary. Over the last few months, we've seen constant situations happening at the jail.
After a long legislative debate, the Board of Aldermen passed a 212-page bill to allow corrections officers to file anonymous complaints.
Even with whistleblower boards and whistleblower protections that we have at the city of St. Louis, retaliation is real.
Those complaints can now flow more freely to the Detention Facilities Oversight Board. But until now, its members and its chairman felt stymied by the city councilor, Sheena Hamilton.
She was definitely jamming us up.
Hamilton's office represented them and any corrections officers who might face allegations of abuse or misconduct. Now,
we can secure our own lawyer when we have a situation where there's a conflict of interest with the city attorney.
The new bill creates 2 pathways, one internal special counsel who reports directly to Hamilton. The second path, one external special counsel who can advise the board at Hamilton's discretion.
Will this board ever be independent? No. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen as long as this administration and the city attorney is concerned more about litigation than constitutional rights.
A City Hall spokesman says Mayor Jones remains committed to civilian oversight of corrections and plans to sign this legislation. So far, Jones has shielded the jail director from calls for her removal and lost some support from advocates like the influential Reverend Darrell Gray.
Is there something more she could do on this issue, transparency in the city jail, that might win you over again?
Fire the current commissioner of corrections.
Well, those are some strong words.
10 people have died under her watch. Employees have left. At a time when it's hard to get employees have left. According to these employees, they're running from bad management. They're running from an inflated ego. From the director. They're running from a person who wants to dictate rather than building teams.
That call to fire Jennifer Clemens Abdullah came just hours after she sat down with our I-Team's Christine Byers to answer some tough questions about those rough conditions inside the jail. You can hear those answers tonight at 10 right here on 5 on Your Side.
Coming up, a man shot to death while driving on the Stan Musial Bridge. What we are learning about the victim.
Plus, a man who grew up in the St. Louis area is now caught in the middle of a war, and his son is fighting on the front line.